demand the conference championship where only one team can move on. It's the Bengals going up against the Texans. With that, let's get on out to Houston. We're standing by as our commentary team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl, and it'll be a great one between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Houston Texans.
First carry from Giovanni Bernard. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Okay, we get a glance now at the starting lineup offensively for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Tyler Boyd out of Pitt, one of my favorite receivers in the 2016 draft. The only thing he didn't have, long speed. Really runs about the mid 4.5, maybe a 4.6 guy, but smart, understands the passing game very well, and doesn't drop anything.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football, but these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 70 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves, Jack.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Their dangerous wide receiver, 77 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And his kick is good. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now he'll look to throw here. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
Whitney Merciless is rapidly becoming one of the top outside linebackers in the game. As well he should. With that name, he's got to be great.
Dalton gives to Bernard. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Green will come in motion right. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have taken the lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good, we're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. The defensive starters now for Cincinnati.
Vontaze Burfict is a super talent and a fierce competitor. He can do it all at the linebacker position.
2nd down following the run. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And they're just a couple of yards shy of a 1st down here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. Good use of the pass there to pick up the 1st down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Dancing to his left. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude but I think it's safe to say that pressure could get to any quarterback.
He's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together.
Back down, here we go. All right, here we go. No, check. Patriot.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to float this one deep right side. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that takes us from second to third down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm.
Detroit!
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Dumps it complete to Miller. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A first down carry now for Miller. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Again, it's Miller. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First-level defensive line, second-level linebackers, third-level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first-level run, and it was stopped by a second-level player.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. They'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than 1 tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This will be caught just inside the 10. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. This defense hasn't let them in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2.
Let's go. Green, 3.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. And he puts it through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll begin here with Bernard. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
They'll run again with Bernard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. When we sat with the coaching staff a couple of days ago, they said attacking that defensive look with a run, something they wanted to do, it was effective.
And they were extremely confident, weren't they? Their planning, their preparation, they knew what they were going to get in that defense, and they were able to attack it accordingly.
Now a carry for Bernard. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you get by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Third down and 3. In motion right comes Green. They look to throw on 3rd with Dalton. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting to run. They'll run it here with Bernard. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Second down, Dalton. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And the tight end goes in motion left. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. Green with a catch left side. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
1st and 10 for Dalton. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. And this seemingly endless drive continues. Dalton. That's caught at the 3. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Shift together here from the D-line. 2nd down, the ball on the 2 here, 2nd and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Here comes the D swarming to the line, and they're going to hurry back to the line now. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So on 4th down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a 15-play drive. Can't believe that only resulted in 3, but it did.
That is somewhat amazing, isn't it? When you hold the ball that long, run offense that well, yet only put 3 points on the board, it has to be a little bit of a disappointment, doesn't it?
Has to. And now out comes Houston. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual.
And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So the offense avoids disaster, keeps possession. Now it's 2nd down.
Now let's go. Let's go, baby. Turn it up. Over.
He'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third. They'll run with Miller. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The Texans send the punter out. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bengals take possession. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. Here's Dalton. Surveying the field. Going for the deep ball. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Throwing, Dalton. He's got time in the pocket. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll lead here to a third down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. The final act of the first half. Dalton is going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot. What's that? Now. Oh, we're back. Okay, well, something happened to Larry in the halftime show. I guess we're ready for the third quarter. Let's go. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. And defensively, it's a nickel formation here on third down and 9. And the Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. And they'll run it here. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
In my book, that's running the ball well but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
So a 3rd and 8. Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Finding time. And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. A third down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Setting up the screen for Miller. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Back to throw now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic. This is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
Big sack on 2nd down. Now the offense needs to convert here on 3rd.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll start on the ground here with Bernard. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Got to be careful here, Dalton. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd.
Let's go. Here we go. Leopard.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He's got his man, Boyd. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. A gain of 32 that time.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
Back to throw. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Second down now after the pass completion. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Here's Bernard. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Again, here's Bernard. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And they'll go on the ground. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt that in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. They're going to look to throw. He's got his man here. It's Green. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd. Yeah, after that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play. After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
And a really long drive here, and it goes on and on.
Here we go now.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And now it's 3rd down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. They'll come out in the pistol.
Green, 39.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Underneath, this is Bernard. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Giovanni Bernard, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Gets it to Strong. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Houston first. First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
It's a nice completion and a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And that's incomplete. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. He'll drop to throw. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
They'll look to throw now on first down. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Back to throw again. Buying time to his left. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Hey, here we go now. Green, 39. Watching that party.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move them all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
And this one is right down Broadway. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so you needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal then maybe not exactly what they wanted, but it's a necessary first step.
Still plenty of time remaining, but you could really use a stop defensively after the kickoff, preferably a 3-and-out.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Starts with a handoff to Bernard. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Now Bernard. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
So they pick up the first down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And the grab by Croft. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it. Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud dust football anymore. I got to get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And he motions the wide receiver. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Fielded just inside the 20. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He'll look to throw. Steps around. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the fourth with the football. And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. They get 14 yards there at a first down. Time starting to run out here in the fourth. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. This is caught inside the 15. Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Set, three down. No. Check. Patriot. Leopard.
Back to throw. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, it's time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And they're going to speed things up here.
Let's go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll cut it to the left sideline. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40.
Well, partner, that's one of the problems when you sell out to stop the run on 3rd and short. Sometimes you break that initial wall and you go a long way.
So how do you prevent it?
That's tough to do. That really is tough to do. And one of the things offenses like to do nowadays in practice, they do a lot of working against equal numbers. They'll start putting more and more numbers on defense and just telling the offensive guys, figure it out. Learn how to block it. We may see this situation.
So just about a minute to go here, tie ball game.
As fans, we love free football. But the guys on the field don't. They're going to attack and go for the win right now.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is going to... And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Offense needs 11. Have to think pass here on 3rd down. Another pistol look here. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's got his man, Boyd. A gain of 11 and a first down. So he makes the grab and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line giving them time to complete that first down pass.
Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So now it all comes down, and play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And his kick is right there. It's good. And with that, they will...